Alright guys, welcome back to the show. We're at the end of May here. We started a new build on Tuesday, so we got the footings in, brackets, and we got a couple walls already built. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of this project, kind of what it is. It's a 36 by 72, 19-foot sidewalls. It's going to be a pretty cool place. We're doing the shell. The clients are going to try to finish this out on their own. We'll see if we can get you in here to see this, but there's going to be a master across the whole back of the house. There's going to be an office. There's a huge kitchen, open area, and then when you come in the front door, which are double front doors, there's going to be staircases going up both to the right and left, and then a catwalk between them. Be 3 bedrooms, couple bathrooms upstairs, plus a huge bonus room that overlooks a 19-foot ceiling. So it's going to be a pretty cool place. But we'll take you up here and kind of show you kind of the layout. We'll revert back to the plans, but for those of you who don't know, we design post frame barndominiums, shops, garages, whatever the case may be. And if you get plans from us, we're doing really detailed plans, and we have created a step-by-step process for you guys to follow along, and we're creating a series of short videos for each step of your structural build. We'll be releasing those. If you get plans from us, those will be listed on the plans with QR codes. We'll talk more detail about the QR codes and all the videos, stuff like that. But we'll go over here and check this out and show you what we got going on. So you cannot see this place from the road, but got a long driveway. So the driveway comes up here, and then you will enter the garage. So we have a 16-foot wide garage door, and then a 9-foot garage door right here. And then over the garage, there's going to be a room. So there's some, I think there's 17-inch floor trusses in this build, and that's why we had to go with 19-foot sidewalls in order to span the width of this garage here. We had to go with 19-foot sidewalls for those floor trusses. But in the front, which this is the front, so as you're coming up the driveway, there will be a 30-foot wide A-frame. It's got 4 posts, 10-foot spacing, so there's going to have to be a glue lamb to go all the way across there, and then there will be a big A-frame going in the main entrance, which will be double doors. And so double doors will be right here, and then as soon as you get in, there will be a staircase going up to the left and a staircase going up to the right, and then you'll be able to see all the way through to double doors going out onto a 40-foot by 10-foot deep porch in the back. It's going to have hip ends like you see us do, not gable. But the master will run all the way along the back, and then there's an office down here. This is a big open area. There will be a catwalk between the 2 stairways, and then there is, like I said, there's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then a huge bonus area above the downstairs. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Some of the things structurally with this building is we did 18-inch piers. That's kind of our standard, with Midwest permacolumn brackets. These are, I don't know if we can see that. This is a 2x6 4-ply column. So we got SWP 64s, and they are wet set into our pier. The piers have C4 in them, which is commonly used in any footing application. This is a 4,000 psi concrete, and our piers and columns are all 8 foot on center. We do have a little bit of an odd spacing over here on the back side, just because the building width that the client wanted was 36 feet. So we had an 8 foot, 8 foot, 8 foot, 8 foot, and then there's just a little like 4-foot section over there. Typically we try to stay away from that unless somebody wants what they want, and then we work around it. and it's not nearly as important on the end walls as it is on the side walls. This along here is 80 foot, so we are 8 foot on center all the way down the side, so our trusses will sit on a column on each side, so they're perfectly in line, and all of our trusses 8 foot on center will sit in these pockets at the top of our column. So truss will get set in here, we'll nail it in with 30D ring shake nails, and then we will run a 1/2 inch through bolt through the top once our building is squared to lock this all together. As far as all of our porch brackets, we are using 6x6 posts. So that bracket is an SWP 66, which is for a 6x6 post. And you can see what we will do is we'll find the final grade of our concrete, which is right below this bracket, and then we will set our pier 3.5 inches below that. So when we pour this, we'll slide a 2x4 across so it sits on this form, take our bracket down until it hits that, and what that does is that allows us, when we pour our concrete porch, to pour the concrete through here, and then there's no outside corners that can potentially crack. If you box this in and pour it, there's a high probability that eventually you'll get little cracks off the corners. Anytime you have an outside corner on concrete, there's a high probability that you'll get a crack from there. So that's how we deal with that, and it makes it real quick and easy to set these brackets without having to build any forms, because if we were to have to box them in to pour you know, a box for our bracket to sit on, it would just take a lot more effort. I used to do it like that, and I got to thinking, I'm like, why don't I just set this bracket up a little bit, pour the concrete under it, and it's worked amazing. So that's how we do it on all of our porches. So we have videos on that we can share with you. You can see it sits up. This is not an issue. We do not do this on the main structure of our house, but on our porches we do this. So if we step back here, this is the back side of the house. We got the double doors coming out, and then we have a 40-foot wide porch. I think there's probably about 28 to 30 windows in this place. We're getting ready to make some window boxes. But yeah, there's a lot of windows. Most of them are 3x5s. There's some transom windows above the garage. There's a 6x2 transom window above the front double door, which is going to be pretty cool. So we'll show you how we frame all that up in this series. Trusses are 5/12 pitch with 15-inch heels. The 15-inch heel height allows us to get over an R40 of blow-in insulation in the attic over the entire ceiling. So that's why we do that. Unless somebody wants to spray foam the roof, then we can go with the standard heel height, which is usually around 9 to 10 inches. Here we've got all of our end wall columns all laid out, and on our end walls we run our columns from the bracket all the way up to the top cord of the truss. So you can see we calculate how long it needs to be. We cut the roof pitch on there. That way when we put our end wall truss up, it gets face nailed into these end wall columns, and that top cord of the truss is up here, so it's getting nailed into this column, which goes all the way and attaches to your pier. These piers, like I said, are 18 inches in diameter, and they're 54 inches deep, so they're good and solid. So to give you an idea how long we've been on this job, we laid out, drilled all the piers on Tuesday. Wednesday, we didn't get here till noon. That's when the concrete trucks got here. We were done pouring them all probably, I don't know, about 3:15. So we only had a few hours in on Wednesday. Thursday, we ran and got all of our lumber because we couldn't get lumber delivered on time. So we went and got that ourselves, got out here about noon, got all the columns marked cut, prepared yesterday afternoon, and one of the walls pretty much laid out. And today it's 11:40 right now, and we have the other 80-foot wall all laid out, nailed, ready to go up. So we have our two 80-foot walls ready to go up. We got all of our columns prepared. We're going into a 3-day weekend. I don't have my lift here, so what we're gonna do this afternoon is we're gonna make all the window boxes and probably get all of our purlins cut and prepared. So we're basically 3 days in, and we're gonna have a lot of work done. And Tuesday when we get back here, we should start seeing a lot of change in this. So it moves along pretty quick if you have kind of a process that you follow, and that's what we're trying to help people out with, especially people that want to self-build. But also with our plans and our step-by-step video series, depending on where you are, if you find a builder that necessarily hasn't built a lot of barndominiums, post-frame barndominiums, our step-by-step process and our plans are going to really help them out, and it's going to give you something to gauge your project on. So if you guys are interested in designing your own barndominium, building whatever, we have what we call the Barndominium Process, and it's a whole process we take you through, from acquiring land to financing to getting your budget where it needs to be before we design your plans, because the last thing we want to do is design plans and then you take it to a builder and it's too expensive. So we've created a process that we take you through, so the end result is buildable plans by a builder, so they can come with a step-by-step process so you guys can be successful, and this can be a more enjoyable process. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll keep releasing more information on our plans, but reach out to us, design at Mr. Postframe, if you're interested in that. Also, we have a Patreon group, which is a self-build group. You can check that out. It's a group of self-builders that we have monthly or weekly conversations with them. We have a monthly live, and we help these guys through their build process. And one other great thing is it's a community of their self-builders. It's got a spot where you can share your build on it. You can kind of tap into all these other people that are building, kind of their experiences, what they would have done differently. So it's a great thing. Check that out. We appreciate you guys following us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, share us with your friends, and we will catch you on the next video.